PCBs and probably dioxins. I know they're going to be testing for dioxins. But the building itself, the material in the building, also contains PCBs and asbestos and lead, and the VOCs are coming up. And I really think that this Board of Health needs to start doing a health study to find out what is going on. You know, we've had more than 20,000 students that have graduated in the 38 years that New Bedford High School has been in existence on Hathaway Boulevard. Many of these students practice on the Andrew McCoy field. They all received a letter about that being contaminated well before they did one shovelful. But also what you have over on the Walsh field and the Sargent field with all the contamination. I think the city of New Bedford really needs to do a wide health issue study to find out, you know, where our hot spots are. New Bedford High School, unlike other cities, we're the only public high school in the city. Not like Providence, where you have East Providence High and Hope High and Central High and all this and that. It is this. This high school impacts the entire city of New Bedford, regardless of whether you live in the far north end, on the far south end, or in the west end. And I am fighting for the health and safety of everybody that works and teaches and learns in that building. Thank you.
All right, next will be the representative from Parkdale Housing.
Parkdale. Touch.
Parkdale, Miss Rachel.
Rachel.
And Rachel, if you'd like, you can stand, or if you want to bring a chair to the table, if you're not comfortable, just sit.
Let me move it.
Okay, so you can state your name and your address.
My name is Rachel Durkin, and I live at 56 County Street, New Bedford. I worked at New Bedford High School for 14 and a half years. 5 days into being, starting working there, I started to get sick. I was out days and days and days. I've had more medications than you can imagine. I've had everything under the sun, so they thought. And I get up and get dressed, go to work. I couldn't even open the door sometimes. One time I fell on the floor and I laid there for 8 hours because I just couldn't move. And another time I was like 12 hours laying on the floor, and I had vomited and other things, and I just was in a disastrous state. And it went on and on and on, and finally I was going into the emergency. Well, they said in the end that I had possible E. coli or live virus. The room that I was in was B240, and there was a vent, and the trucks, when they would unload, all the carbon monoxide came into the room, and I had carbon monoxide in my blood system, and my tongue would swell right outside my mouth. Sometimes the teacher would take us out. Now these are special education children, 14 to 22. That I was in the reading component. And then finally, I went to the doctors, and I had to go 3 nights in a row. I couldn't even make my 15 years to retire. I went to the doctors. They sent me immediately to the hospital. I went in for 3 nights in a row, from 6 o'clock at night till 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had antibiotics in my legs and in my arms, and consequently here I am. And I just come out of the hospital a while back. I had had 2 strokes and a heart attack, and I was 7 seconds to death, and I beat it. And they got rid of my apartment, they put me in Whalers Cove, and I got myself better, and I came out, and here I am.
Thank you. Next Next will be the representative from Potter Street, Jonathan.
Jimmy.
Hello, Bruce Torres, I'm a resident at 342 Hathaway Boulevard, and from speaking, I'm also a clean member. And going out to the community, reaching out to the community, and hearing from the community about health problems that they've been having. I hear a lot of similarities as to what's going on around this community, from West Lawn, Potter, Central Heights, Parkdale. It all sounds the same. We have kids with DHD, dyslexia, some sort of fungus in their bodies. It would show in their skin, like skin rashes, liver problems, kidney problems. I personally have my daughter who is suffering from polyarthritis, who she was diagnosed 2 years ago. And from what I've learned about this disease is her immune system fighting her good cells. So it's a constant immune deficiency. Transferred to Tufts, referred to Tufts Medical in Boston, which I wonder how many kids from New Bedford are being referred to Tufts Medical in Boston to whatever, dealing with whatever health issues that they're dealing with. It's painful to see the families around this community and the things they're facing with their kids, the struggles they're going through with their kids. And I can personally say that I go through that myself with my daughter, giving her an injection weekly so the inflammation all over her body will not affect her joints. I can only see, all the kids in this area, all the health problems that they're having, and they don't have someone that can listen to them or someone they can go to and they can give them answers as to what's wrong with my child and what caused my child to have this. And speaking from Potter and personally as a parent, we need you, and you have the tools to do what you need to do to work with this community. We're crying out loud, and we need your assistance. Thank you.
Thank you. What's that?